Hi guys, today's topic is Azure AI Custom Vision, and I will be showing you in the following screens how can it help you understand an incoming image, understand the power of Azure Custom Vision without writing a single line of code. And it's really very interesting, and it's awesome. It's an awesome experience. My name is Subhashish Chakravarti. As you all know me, I'm a solution architect from Azure and Dynamics 365 Finance and Operations. And in the next few slides, I'm going to show you how it all goes. Okay, what is Azure AI Custom Vision? Custom Vision Service uses a machine learning algorithm to analyze images for custom features. You submit huge number of images that can or cannot have the visual characteristics that you are looking for. Then you can label the images with your own labels or tags at the time of submission. And finally, you can then do a training of the images, letting the Azure AI engine understand and predict which label or tag is belonging to which image so that you can expect the system to predict a new image to fall under which category or which label. And finally, you can publish the result, and then you can let an external API or application to leverage this end results. So these are the five takeaways from Azure AI Custom Vision Studio. First step is to upload your image. Upload your images, as much images as possible. More you upload, more you could expect the depth of the precision. Next is labeling your data. So give your images certain labels so as to let the algorithm understand which image means what. Third is training your model. Let Azure AI Custom Vision understand and envisage the best model training algorithm suitable for the learning. And finally, you are publishing your data. Once the training is done, it's complete, you can test the results by inputting new images which are not present and find out like how correctly it is coming to a conclusion. If you're not satisfied, you keep on iteratively training with the newer sets of images and newer sets of labels, and finally you come to a perfect conclusion and you are kind of satisfied. Then you are publishing your data and sharing it with your team, and then you can test the data either manually or give the end URL of the publishing result to an outside application or custom code. Say, for example, here you can share the end URL to a logic app, and whereby you are creating a trigger point like whenever a new blob image comes to a container, let your Azure logic app be triggered, and then it is going to call your Azure AI Custom Vision algorithm and find out under which particular label this new image is falling into. Finally, these are the five quick takeaways or summary of whatever we just discussed. There are two modes of training your model: quick and advanced. Quick is what? Quick is depending on your data volume. Quick training could last maximum to an hour, and advanced training could last as much as an up to a day because it is having a larger volume of data and it's a larger volume of epochs of training models. The ones who process you have could be iterative. This all these things could be iterative, meaning like this: if you're not satisfied with the results that the algorithm is bringing you, you can keep on training that model with newer and newer sets of data, and so that you can understand like how correctly it is coming to the conclusion. Share your project area with the rest of the teams, allowing them to test with their own data. And lastly, the most importantly, it's a completely low code, no code algorithm, as a result of which you can expect not to write a single line of code to for your own search algorithm or for or your own training algorithm. Okay, so much of lectures, so much of all theories. Let me give you a practical example so as to let you understand and get savvy with Azure AI Custom Vision. Okay, so here we come to our portal.azure.com, and we are going to create a new resource here, and we will search with custom vision. So it will take you to a page here, and let me create one custom vision, When I say that, it will ask me with a screen that more or less looks like this, where it is giving you a number of things to fill out. Say, for example, create options where you are asking, like, you want to create a prediction custom vision, or you are going to create a training custom vision, or you want to create a both. I would recommend you to create a both. What is a prediction custom vision and a training custom vision? I'm going to cover that in our forthcoming screens. So let us select this option first. I already have a subscription like this, and I'm going to create a new resource group, as I already have already have a resource group. So I'm going to create that, or I'm going to create a new. So I'm going to go start with the create new Azure resource group. So let me name like this. Okay, and this is the region which is by default close to my area of location, so that it responds very quickly. And I'm going to give a name, proper name. Say, for example, I'm giving a name like this: Subhas hyphen demo hyphen custom hyphen vision. So it should be unique, and system checks like if it is already is in use or not. If it is used, if it is not in use, if it is something very new, it is going to give you a green tick like this. Pricing tire, it has a host of pricing tires, but I am going to start with a free F0, which is having a two transactions per second eligible for two projects. And also it has standard A0, which is having 10 transactions of per seconds. But for just research purposes, it is absolutely fair to go with free F0 pricing tire. Likewise, I can also go for a prediction pricing tire as F0 once again, which is having a very limited two transactions per second, but which is once again very fine, as it's just for my research purposes. Then I'll go to next and find out like if anything is at all required or not. I'm not going to bother about network, and neither I'm going to create any new tags for this. I'm just going to click on review and create, and it will finalize by checking out all the validations if everything is in place or not. Once done, it will be making a create button enabled for me. Okay, so here we go. I am done. I am creating the Azure Custom Vision. It is initializing the deployment, and after a few while, it's going to create the resource. So I can go to my resource that I have just created by simply clicking on this button. So it has created a prediction model as well as a training model for this custom vision. All right. So once you are done, you can go to the Custom Vision Studio. How can you go there? It's very easy. You can click on this, and you can see that these are the various, various attributes that are available with your resource that you have just created. This is the resource group, and this is the subscription, and this is my subscription ID, and this is my endpoint, which is what we are going to take a look at a later time. And this is where we can also find our keys, like the primary key and the secondary key. We can also click on this show keys, and we can find out what are the keys available with it. So why are two keys there? Because just in case one key gets disabled for some reason or the others, one key is dysfunctional, I can regenerate the key. And in the meanwhile, I can keep working with key 2, that's the second key. And if in just in case I also want to regenerate second key also, I can click on this regenerate key 2, and I can create two keys and keep working. So I'm closing this guy, and I'm coming out, and I'm going to the prediction model, and I can see like here, these are the different attributes that are associated with the resource keys as well. So which is where I am going to take you to the Azure Custom Vision Modeling Studio. Azure Custom Vision Studio could be accessed by going to this URL, that is customvision.ai/projects, and you must check like whether you're logging in with correct user ID with which you have created these resources. So yes, I have created this one with this ID. I have also created these two resources, so which is good to go. So I will start by creating a new project, and let me give a name like this. And the moment I create a new project, this window comes whereby I'm going to type in some kind of a, give a name like this, Azure AI Custom Vision hyphen Suha, like this. I'm giving a name like this. Okay. And it's an image classification sample, and resource that I'm going to use is by default, it's going to select the resource, custom vision resource, which I have created. And by default the project tab is classification, although I can change this to object detection. So classification means, you, by definition of Azure AI, I mean any definition of artificial intelligence and deep learning, the classification is between, if I can classify any type of objects between n number of levels, and that's what the classification does. And also I can use this project for object detection. Object detection means I can detect a particular object that I'm looking for, whether that object is present there in the in the searchable images or not. And this is a multi-class, and I can select multi-level as well. So multi-class means single tag per image, and multi-level means multiple tags per image. So I will come to what is the tag or a level in my following few moments. Okay, so I am, let me hide this. I am going to create this project hereby, and it is going to take a while to create the project. And yeah, the project has got created, and it is going to take you to the home screen, the landing screen. Here what happens is I can keep on adding images. So I what I will do is that I will first of all upload images of Einstein. Okay, and then I will upload images of Erwin Schrödinger, the very famous and very mysterious scientists of the last century, who was basically the propounder or the cornerstone of quantum mechanics. So I'm starting with the images of Einstein. So I'm adding images, and let me go to the folder where I've dumped all Einstein's images. There are as many as 14 or 15 Einstein's images, which I have already kept ready for my demo purposes, and I'm just uploading them. Once these are uploaded, I can give a tag so as to make the system understand that these photos belong to Einstein. So I'm giving the name as this, and it is going to upload all the photos. So it is uploading. Yeah, it got uploaded. So, along with that, I will also upload Schrodinger's photos. So, create a new tag. I'm not going to create a new tag. I'm going to upload add images. I'm going to create on this, click on this, and I'm going to go down all the way down. I'm going to select Schrodinger's photos, all the Schrodinger's photos that I'm going to upload, and let me name like this all the Schrodinger's photos excepting this one. This I'm going to use as a test. So I'm opening them, and I'm going to add a tag saying that this all these photos belong to Schrodinger. So the spelling is something which I'm to. Okay, so I'm uploading this photos of Schrodinger's as well. Okay, so more photos, one photo failed to upload. Maybe the photo type was not proper, so that's why it failed to upload. Never mind. So I'm done. So I have two tags, I have two labels, one for Einstein and another is for Schrodinger. So if I can, I can deselect, and only my Schrodinger's photos will be, only Einstein's photos will be shown. And if I select Schrodinger's photos as well, all the 11 photos of Schrodinger's will also be shown along with it. Once this is done, the next part is I'm going to do some kind of a training mechanism. So by training means I am asking my Azure AI to train the model with the best possible algorithm, so as to predict, so as to understand that which photo belongs to whom. So a new photo, if something new comes up, it can recognize the new photo which belongs to the which category. So this categorization is all about the machine learning. So I'm clicking on the train, and it is asking like, is it a quick training or is it an advanced training? Just like as I was saying in my PPT, like there could be two types of training. Like quick training means it's basically on a very small amount of data, and it is going to typically last maximum to an hour's time. Although trust me, it's going to take maximum 15 minutes time. depending on obviously on the number of images that you are uploading. Advanced training is much more important. It has a number of other parameters that can go from 96 hours, as this timeline is saying. It can give several layers of training the datasets, several errands of training the datasets, which is also known as epochs. So for our testing purpose, I'm just limiting my training to a quick training, and I'm starting the training. All right. So once I've started the training, it goes through an various iterations. So as this is my first iteration, so it is naming it as iteration one, which basically has says that it has started from this time and the time is going and it is training, still it's training. So once the iteration ends, it will be ready and we will get notifications, the essential notifications. And yes, the iteration is completed, the training is completed, and it looks like this. Like the precision is 80%, recall is 80%, and AP is 80%, which is basically a very good count. Like it's saying, like, if I am going to upload more images, more and more perfection will definitely arrive. But this is a pretty fair conclusion to draw with to begin with. So when you have when you are done with your iteration, your training model, you can quickly click on this publish, so as to publish it and give a name like this: iteration turn one. And then this is where you need a prediction resource. So my prediction resource was already created beforehand, which I created in the first step. This is why I think you can relate, like why we created both a prediction model as well as a training model. So the training model was what which was training the model for so long, and prediction model is what which we are going to use right now. Okay, so I'm going to publish it, and it is going to take a few couple of moments to create the publication. And yeah, it's done. So it looks like more or less like this. So I will do a quick test right now. Click on this, and I will browse for a file, or I can enter an image URL. So I have already stored some testing files out here. So I will browse for local files, and I will go for a file which I have not uploaded this. This file was not uploaded. This files of Einstein. This was not uploaded at all. Let me see which is it predicting. Yeah, perfect. So it is saying 99.8% is Einstein and Schrodinger is 0.1%. So maximum, it's saying that I am 99.8% sure that this photo is of Einstein, which is a a near perfect conclusion. Okay. And along with that, it has already supplied the prediction URL like this. So prediction URL. So if you are dealing with an image URL, so this is what the end URL should look like. And if you dumped a local file, then this is what the end URL should look like. Okay. So I will unshare my screen and let me take you to the custom code whereby I'm going to try this. All right, so thereby I am coming to the end of the today's demo. So I have created a simple, very simple console application, and there is a very simple class which is basically accepting uh, the path of the image file which we are going to analyze, and there is a string URL. This string URL is nothing but this is what we have got from prediction URL. I've just copied this URL from here and I have pasted it here. You have to give a default header which is called the prediction key, which I have arrived from the prediction key from here. Content tab should be set as application slash JSON, although as the this prediction API screen is saying, you can set it to application slash octet stream. So I faced some issues, that's because of which I have stated is an application slash JSON. So once I've done that, second part is just it is going to ask for just it's a very simple code which is basically asking for to the path of the image. It is reading the file path from the user's input, whatever the user is going to input, and it is going to then send across the file path to this class, which is an asynchronous task, and it's going to read from here, and it is going to understand that what is the content of the file, like what kind of a file is this? Does this belong to Einstein or Schrodinger? So let me run this code, and it is going to come with this console path, which is console application window, which is asking like enter the image path. So what I'm doing is that I'm just coming down to here, and I'm going to copy the file path from here, and I'm just pasting it right here, slash the name of the file, which is Einstein, and I'm giving the name of the file, that is JPG. I've just kept it very simple. I have not given a kind of a Windows application so as to let the user browse. Just for testing purpose, I've done that, and let me just press enter and see what happens. So it will take a while, and it is coming up saying that it is saying that the probability of Einstein, the score of Einstein is very high, like it is 0.9984. It more, it closer to 1 more is the perfection, and tag name is Einstein, and the probability of Schrodinger is very very low, that is 0.0015, which is almost negligible, which is rightly correct conclusion that this photo belongs to Einstein. So with this, let me conclude today's session saying that it's an awesome experience to use Azure AI Custom Vision, whereby you can train in number of images to your application, and you can find out, you can let the system analyze and predict any unknown image in future. Thank you, namaste, and much love to you all. Thank you.